Good morning to you, everyone. Happy Friday to you. I got a viewer question I want to answer real quick here. And the question is, why does my dog always want to walk so fast? I get it. I tell you what, most of the dogs I own, I don't care how big they are. I don't care how tiny their little legs are. It doesn't matter. When we go for a walk, they go. They go. Regardless of how fast I want to go, what mood I'm in, it does not matter. They are going. And that being said, so why do dogs naturally want to go quickly? Well, first things first, they know where they're going. Yeah, most wolves, and again, our dogs are direct ancestors, are wolves, and therefore they have a lot of phenotypical type behavioral traits that are associated with wolves, and they're just natural trotters. When wolves want to be somewhere, which they typically want to be somewhere if they have to go hunting, because you're not going to find a lot of their prey camping out around the camp there, hanging out there going, hey, there's just some wolves over there about 100 yards away, so we'll just go ahead and graze right here. No, most animals are very smart. If they even think that there's a wolf nearby, I'm going to move further away. And therefore, when wolves have to go get their groceries, they have to travel a pretty good distance to get to those groceries. So what is the best way to get there? Get there quickly, but yet not burn a ton of energy. So wolves and now our dogs are typical trotters. They like to trot. Their bodies were built to trot, not to walk slowly, not to gallop all the time. They can certainly do that when need to, but mostly they energy efficient, that low calorie burning, very, very ground eating trot. In the military, we used to call that the old parachute shuffle. Yeah, you weren't running, but yeah, you weren't marching either. You were trotting, and therefore you had enough energy to stay in the fight once you got to the fight. So again, you don't want to run out of gas, and wolves don't want to do the same thing when they're now trotting to go find a herd of caribou about 80 kilometers away. They don't want to run out of gas when they get there. So it's just very fuel efficient. And I've got a little video here I'm going to just kind of show you real quick. And this is just a little video of a wolf moving here, so I'll just kind of adjust and hit play, and you'll notice here, see the wolf walking. And then all of a sudden, we're into that little trot, that beautiful trot. Then a gallop. Oh, that's going to burn a lot of energy. Back to my trot, back to my walk. And then I'm going to come to a stop, sit, lie down, and all that other sort of stuff there. So I'm going to go ahead and rewind this real quick, if I may, back to, let's just finish doing this little thing here. And then I'm kind of doing it all from upside down, so you got to give me some slack here. And I'm going to run it back here towards the front here. So we're going to start off a bit. Now notice how the wolf walks. Very heavy-footed. Very heavy-footed. But then all of a sudden it starts to pick up back here. Let me go right back in one more time. I'm sorry, my bad. There we go. Again, guys, I'm doing stuff upside down, so cut me some slack. Okay, here we go. Now that trot. When you see this, when you're able to watch this, and I'll back up just a little bit more, get my hand out of the way when I can do this. Here we go. You'll notice that the paws, as they do so, and again, I get my hand out of the way so you guys can see, skim the ground. They skim it. It's kind of like shuffling through the sand. I remember running in the sand on Coronado Beach years and years ago, and the instructor said, Bryan, you're running a little heavy-footed. Try running over the sand, not in the sand. And yeah, that meant kind of shuffle your feet a little bit, shuffle them. Really watch your dog next time. Tell you what, just break out one of these fancy little iPhones and film your dog moving, and then play it back, and you'll notice that when they're walking, they're kind of heavy pawed. And yesterday or the day before yesterday, I talked about tracking. That's one of the ways that we can tell. And years ago, when we used to track wolves and doing research for, again, U.S. Fish and Wildlife and Alaska Game and Fish and other research centers, we would track wolves, and when we would track them, if they were heavy-footed on their prints, we would continue to track them. But then we would notice that the prints got lighter, harder to distinguish. And that's because you're now moving in that trot and literally raking those front claws right over the track, moving. It's like they're just gliding over the ground. And then we just stay on the track at that point there, trying to discern how many wolves, about what age, and was there a recent kill, so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden they start to gallop. And at that point there, we knew they had detected us. They knew we were behind them. And at that point there, they went into a gallop to get away from us, and we immediately stopped our search and our tracking at that point because we didn't want them to burn calories that were not necessary to burn. The gallop is what they do, of course, when they're in that last minute sprint, that full-on 30-yard, 50-yard dash in which you just sprint as hard as you can with all the energy that you have to catch that prey. But outside of that, most of the time, animals are trotters. So that's why your dog, first of all, wants to trot. They know where they're going. You're usually taking your dog on frequently on certain walks around the neighborhood, or to certain different venues that you like to travel to all the time with your dog. And when you go there, they kind of know where they are, and they kind of know where they're going. Simply walk out of your house if you live nearby a park, or you live near a dog park, or any place that your dog can go play, and watch how fast they want to move to that destination. Yeah, let's hurry up and get there. Why are you going so slow, human? Come on, pick up pace here a little bit. So they want to get there. They want to get there. They have somewhere to be. That's why dogs trot. You'll notice that when you're coming home after they played at the dog park for about a half an hour, or you've thrown the ball for them like I do with Captain, throw it to him about 20 reps, and that's about 20, 100-yard dashes. He's not trotting home after that. No, now it's a plod home. It's a plod. Heavy-footed, heavy-footed. But typically most dogs, when they go for a walk, again, they know where they're going. You've taken them there before. So they're now going to trot. They got all that energy and they want to get it out. So that's why they're just kind of skimming across the terrain, really energy efficient. So what do you do about it? Well, of course, the easy solution is walk faster. Okay, that's not just a joke. If you want to get yourself in better conditioning, just kind of move a little bit faster yourself, get into a little jog yourself, and maybe start running with your dog. They'll be glad to go as fast as you want to go, trust me. So pick up the pace a little bit, and that's one of the easy solutions to the problem. It can be a temporary solution. You can do the old jog plog thing, where you run a little bit, then slow down, and run a little bit, then slow down. Hey, get some exercise in while you're out there. Another thing is take a different route. Yeah, you won't see your dog trot as much when you take a different route. Now they're into exploratory mode. Remember that latent learning video I did all those days back ago? Oh yeah, they're picking up information. They're storing that away in case I have to use that. So now they're exploring. Again, break out your iPhone. You need convincing. You need to know what I'm telling you is the truth. Go do it yourself. Take your dog somewhere new. Take your dog on a new walk. You won't see them trot. No, they will explore. So that'll slow them down a little bit just by going to different venues for your walk, not always the same one. Another one that you can do is you can kind of force them to slow down. Again, that's part of heel. Step right, pull right, do an about turn, be a little unpredictable. When you're unpredictable, where the dog never knows, God, that dude going to turn left in a second here? Is he going to do about face? Is he going to turn right? Is he going to slow down? Well, it kind of cuts down on my idea, my intent here in trying to get from point A to point B as fast as I can, because you're bugging me. I got to keep an eye on you. And therefore, that can also help slow the animal down. They kind of get used to it. You can force them into that nice tight heel. Get in that heel position. Now you are forced to walk the speed in which I walk. You must remain right next to me. But then after that, when the coast is clear, again, guys, try and enjoy your walk. Let your dog enjoy its walk. So release them a little bit. Let them get into that little trot and get out ahead of you a little bit. But that's what come and called is for. And drop them back into that heel. And we've done videos on that, how it loops out of that heel to a free, to a come, heel, free, come, heel, free. Over and over again. If you change directions often, especially a left turn when the dog's over here on your left side, or a right turn when your dog's on your right side, that'll also slow them down. Here's the things that have not worked very well for me and my clients' dogs over the years, and things that you'll read out there. They just don't work. And that's just coming to a stop all the time. People say, well, if your dog's going too fast, just come to a stop and sit. No. If what you're going to do at that point there is several things. One, okay, if your dog was getting tired and was about to slow down, well, now you just gave it a breather. Number two, you're frustrating the darn dog. Now I'm frustrated. Look at yourself. Frustration is the more barriers you have between yourself, point A and point B, the more frustrated you're going to become. Well, every time you make your dog stop and sit, it becomes more and more frustrated. I get doing it for training reasons. I get it. Hey, I got to have a dog who will obey me no matter how frustrated you are. Okay, it's my walk, baby, right now, at this moment. It's my walk. Then it can be your walk. But so I get that. I truly do. But if the whole purpose is simply to slow your dog down, it won't work. It won't. I mean, yeah, through attrition, yeah, you keep that up for 2 hours out there, it's a hot sun, it'll work. But what I'm talking about is when you think that you just come to a stop and that's going to reset your dog's brain, no, you're just making it longer and longer and just adding all these little dots, like connecting lines with dots. You're just going to frustrate your animal. So that doesn't work. Also, stopping to pull your dog back to you, saying come, and bring it right back into your front sitting and giving it a treat a little bit. Again, that's only what I do if I let the dog in a free and I allow it to get in that trot, get a little distance ahead of me. And then when it's just starting to get a little bit too far, I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable, you're starting to go around curves, and then I'm going around the curve about 2 or 3 seconds later. That's called out of control. You don't know what's around that curve. Respect other dog owners, respect other people that are out taking a walk or riding their bicycles. Always have your dog in sight. So get your dog back to you at that point there. But there you go. For the most part, that's why they do it. They're natural trotters, energy conservation, horizontally built animals. Their paws skim across the ground. They're sliding over that sand, like that instructor told me all those years ago. Don't run on the sand, Bryan. Run over the sand. Get in that parachute shuffle. That's why they do it. And again, to stop it, change directions, take them to a new venue, force them to slow down by doing heel, let them do their little trotting, burn off their energy, let them get out ahead of you, work on that come when call, get them back there next to you, and then drop them in. And by doing that over and over again, guys, I tell you what, at some point, your dog's going to get old. When it does, nature will put a natural governor on them. They won't go quite so fast. But other than that, really enjoy it. Enjoy your time with your dog that you have and really work on this. But again, just a little infomercial type thing today. Just trying to teach you why dogs trot instead of trying to walk slow like we do. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You guys have a great day, and I'll check in with you tomorrow. Be safe.